Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home here in Vancouver, this video is for you. Today, we're diving into the latest Vancouver real estate market data, including sales, prices, inventory, and interest rates. And most importantly, is a big change coming? Let's break it down. First up, let's talk sales and buyer demand. In December 2025, about 1,500 homes sold across Greater Vancouver. Almost 13% fewer sales than December of the previous year. So fewer buyers are closing deals. That alone tells us demand has cooled. Another key metric is the sales to active listing ratio. This shows how many homes are selling compared to how many are available in the market. Above 20% usually signals a seller's market. Below 12 leans toward a buyer's market. So in December, we saw about 12.7%. That puts us right on the edge of balance, but slightly buyer leaning. And each specific market varies a bit. When we break it down by property type, the difference becomes a lot clearer. Condos were 15.1%, townhomes came in at 14.6%, but detached homes are much slower at only 9.3%. That tells us buyers are focusing more on affordable options right now. Now, what's the inventory and supply looking like? Now let's talk about inventory. This is where things really shift. In December, we saw about 1,849 new listings come on the market. That's over 10% more than the same time last year. Quite a big jump. The total active listings reached over 12,000 homes. That's a 14% higher year over year and nearly 35% above the 10-year seasonal average. This is the most choice buyers have had in a long time. When we look at months of supply, Vancouver is sitting at roughly 8.2 months. Historically, anything above 6 favors buyers. The more supply means less urgency, less competition, and more negotiating room for buyers. So now the question everyone asks, what's happening with prices? So the MLS HPI home price index in December was about 1.1 million. That's roughly 4.5% lower than 2024 December. It also dipped slightly month to month. So here's how we break down the prices. Detached homes averaged about $1.8 million, 5.3% down year over year. Townhomes are at $1,056,000, down about 5%, and condos were around $710K, also down just over 5%. So we're not seeing a crash per se. What we are seeing is a gradual price softening across all property types. Let's look back at 2025. Vancouver recorded about 23,800 total sales, roughly 10% fewer than 2024. That's a huge drop. At the same time, more than 65,000 homes were listed throughout the year. So more listings, but fewer sales. A lot of disappointed sellers out there. That combination reduces upward pressure on prices and shifts the leverage towards the buyers. So let's look at the interest rates in the bigger picture. In December 2025, the Bank of Canada held its policy rate at 2.25%. But what matters most to buyers is what lenders are actually charging. As of mid-January 2026, many major banks were posting 5-year fixed mortgage rates at around 6% or higher. That directly impacts affordability. Higher monthly payments means fewer buyers can stretch. Our market's still pretty expensive, and that's a major reason why sales have slowed and inventory has climbed. So is a big change coming? Here's the honest answer. Sales are down year over year, inventory is well above average, prices are softening, not falling off a cliff, and interest rates remain elevated but stable. This isn't a dramatic shift, it's definitely a gradual rebalancing. Some segments, especially condos and townhomes, are holding up better than detached homes, and affordability is driving decisions. If you're waiting for a sudden crash, that may take a long time. But if you're prepared, qualified, and patient, this environment can offer more options and better leverage than we've seen in years. So what does this mean for you? Here are 3 key takeaways. For buyers, more inventory means more choices and less pressure. But rates still matter. Know your numbers. For sellers, home prices that are priced correctly and presented well, proper staging and marketing are still selling. But expectations need to match today's market, not yesterday's of selling over a weekend. For everyone, watch the data. Markets don't turn overnight. They shift slowly month by month. So here's my final thoughts. The Vancouver market isn't freezing, it's cooling and normalizing. The headlines may look scary, but it's not the truth. Strategy matters more than timing, and being informed is your biggest advantage in today's market. Thanks for watching. If this update helped you, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment with your questions. I'll see you in the next market update.